Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ralitza and this is Readings with Rally. I hope that you're doing well. You're having a good day. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at who were you in a past life. Now, I have been doing quite a bit past life readings here. I did just introduce a new service where I look at an issue you're having right now and we go back to that past life, see what the heck was going on, and then we go back and we give Reiki to that past life in order to clear some of that energy. I personally am of the belief that past lives are definitely a thing, okay? So obviously this reading won't be for you if you don't believe that. I feel working with past life energy can be very, very instrumental in helping clear a lot of things. So I personally like to work quite a bit with it, specifically if I'm feeling stuck, stagnant, or confused. Now, in my personal philosophy here too, you guys, everybody has millions, thousands of lives. So this is just going to tap into one that might need additional care. Of course, if you do not believe in this, this is not the video for you. There will be an extended to this as well. I'm really excited to see what comes up. I already feel like some of the collective I work with is pretty spiritually advanced, so I'm pretty sure we'll get at least one pile like that, but let's take a look. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. Ta-da! Let's take a look. Pile 1, we have the Serpentine. Pile 2, we have the Carnelian. And pile 3, we have the Amethyst. If you did need some more time, please pause the video here. I'm going to go ahead though and start with pile number 1. Okay. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Serpentine, then this is your reading. Let me go ahead here and tap in. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, can you please connect me to the energy of the collective that chose pile number 1? Please come forth with messages of truth, clarity, and accuracy for pile 1s, specifically going back to this past life as well. We wanted to say thank you for keeping them safe, supporting them, and helping them align with their highest purpose. Thank you, Spirit, for what it is that you do. We appreciate you so much. Okay, I was just hearing unforgettable, so you guys could have had some major accomplishment. I am being drawn quite significantly here to France, so some of you could have a past life in Paris or a past life somewhere in France, and that could explain why somebody here has a very strong interest in French culture, music, or perfumes. Spirit, tell me what issue is coming up here. Tell me about this past life for the collective. Tell me about this past life for the collective. What happened in this past life that was so pivotal? We have Judgment. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords. And we have the 7 of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, pile number 1. I feel for you guys in this particular lifetime, you could have gotten in trouble and lost a lot of money here, okay? I feel like you either lost a lot of money or finances when you were transiting to a new area. I feel travel here heavily. I think you guys could have said something as well that got you a little bit in trouble or just not in a healthy space. You could have said something against the government. You could have said something that got you in a lot of trouble. Some of you were ostracized, extradited, or really pushed away. And because of that, I feel like you lost quite a bit. In this lifetime, you were very highly intelligent. And I think you were a very, very quick thinker. Heavy air energy. So you guys could be an air sign now, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could have been working within that element. I do get international travel or long-term travel. So you guys really you might have made a very big move here. So there could have been a feeling of I'm leaving something behind in order to step into more alignment. But there was also a loss of wealth. There could have been someone stole from you, theft. But I get trouble for something that was said about you or trouble about something you said. And this could have led to a significant betrayal, you being ostracized or extradited. Let's take a look here. Lucky, are you just gonna sit there, Bubba? You can sit there. Okay, tell me more. Who was pile 1 in this past life? Who is pile 1 in this past life, please? Who is pile 1 in this past life? Thank you. Okay, we have Fool. Light attributes, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Okay, well, we know the Fool is the first card in the tarot deck, right? The Fool represents both the beginning and the end. I do feel in this particular lifetime, you guys, your mouth could have gotten ahead of you, okay? I feel like you could have gotten into trouble here for something you said. That being said, you were very, very astute, incredibly intelligent. You really were able to see through the flaws of society. And I think you were very, very much feeling like this is not okay. So you could have spoken up against something that made you get into a lot of trouble. We have Damsel, light attribute, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Shadow attribute, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. I feel as well in this lifetime you were very, very beautiful. There's definitely an element of beauty to you. You were very attractive. I think lots of people saw you in high demand, or they were very interested in you. That being said, I feel like this could have worked almost against you because people really didn't take you very seriously, even though I feel you were very intelligent here as well. You guys were very romantic at heart too. I feel a lot of desire to explore romance. We also have Liberator, light attribute, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So here's the thing. Pile 1, I feel in this lifetime you were really able to see flaws in society, and you might have been speaking up against these. This could have been what got you in a lot of trouble. I do feel like in this lifetime, you really were able to pinpoint what was wrong going on around you. And this could have been information you didn't want to hide. You wanted to communicate this. It's the communication specifically that I think ended up getting you in trouble. But you had a very rebellious spirit. I feel here like there's so much strength to you as well. You were a little bit of a spitfire, and this could have backfired in this lifetime for you. Some of you moved or made a transnational move to Chicago, okay? So some of you could be very much attached to Chicago, or feel like if you ever visited Chicago that there's like a soul connection there, that feeling of a deja vu. You were very, very smart and very beautiful, and I feel like people just underestimated you, but you really saw the truth. We have Judge, light attribute, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. I think you guys could have gotten in trouble here with the legal system. There could have been some sort of arrest here as well. I feel like you were really upset about some kind of unfairness in the society you lived in. So even in this particular lifetime, you guys, you could be someone who's incredibly strong and you don't like unfairness. This could be something that really grinds your gears. I feel for many of you, you hate things that are just not fair. Like you really are someone who's very astute and very intelligent, even in this lifetime that you're currently in. I feel like you really, really don't like when things are not fair. And this could be something that really grinds your gears. And you could have been like a social justice warrior way before it was even, okay to do so. This could have gotten you in trouble. Tell me more about this past life for pile 1. What's going on here? Thank you. We have action. Yeah, I feel like this life, however short or long it was, I really think that you guys expanded quite a bit. Again, you were very much a person of action. You could have even been taking some sort of steps here with even the way that you dress. You guys were very fashion forward, very much able to predict future trends here. Okay, again, you could have Libra or Taurus in your chart as well, this lifetime or even past in this lifetime. But you were really driven towards making change. We have affirmations. I feel like you had a very strong trust here in spirit protecting you. We have marriage here. Okay, so this one kept coming up. I wondered if it was going to come up fully. But okay, some of you could have made a transnational move here because you were, committed in marriage to somebody else. For many of you, I feel like this was arranged. I don't feel a lot of love here within this connection, but I do feel a lot of money. Okay, and I did also see the card of luxury. So I think for many of you too, you weren't able here to necessarily act out of your emotions. You felt very strongly what you wanted. But you were not allowed to pursue those things. And that could have created a lot of very intense, angry feelings within you. Tell me what else here. Pile 1. We have hunger. Yeah, you guys were hungry for more exploration. I think that you were very much desiring to see some sort of social change here. There could have been restrictions in terms of food here as well. I feel like a lot of your life actually was quite restricted. I do feel for many of you in this lifetime you were a feminine, okay? And I think that there was really big struggles with wanting to break free. You wanted to be more expansive, and you never felt like you had the chance. So there's a lot of frustration here with having to play a role or pretend like you were someone that you're not in this lifetime. And I feel like that created a lot of pain for you as well. Lots of traveling here. You know, you guys could have gotten in trouble multiple times for things that you were saying. You know, I feel like you could have been quite astute though, quite intelligent, but you could have gotten in trouble for some of the things you were picking up on. I feel for many of you were married to someone significantly older as well. This person might have had money. Perhaps that's why you had to make this transnational move. I'm gonna get some more information here. Tell me about this past life. Tell me about this past life, please, for pile 1. And I do feel Europe, okay? I feel Europe here for many of you. Yeah. Oops. Let's take a look. We have Asia, okay? So for some of you, this could have been in Asia. You could have ended up traveling to Asia. For some of you, the person here who you married did do a lot of work in Asia. I'm saying Asian artifacts. So they could have been someone who plundered or stole from, you know, that continent. Your lifetime involves working with animals, shepherds, farming, or slaughter. So I feel like you guys could have ended up with an animal, you know, when you finally settled in. I don't feel like you were involved with like livestock or anything like that. I really don't. I feel like you really did get to live in some sort of privilege within this lifetime on the outside, but there was a gross unhappiness on the inside. We have Industrial Revolution. So this could have been around the time of the Industrial Revolution, okay? First man. So some of you, your lifetime history goes way back to the beginning of time. You guys really did incarnate here as part of the first men on earth. So, you know, this issue, this underlying issue of not being able to do what you want to do could be connected to that lifetime. We have power. So we have position of authority, fame, extreme power gained, and extreme power lost. I think you really struggled here. You guys, I really do. I feel like in this lifetime, you wanted to be somebody more than what you were able to be. I think you had a lot more potential than people saw within you. And because of that, you were very, very frustrated. You felt like you always had to play a role. And I think that this made you feel very annoyed. You died from malnutrition. You may struggle with food, either too much or too little. That's funny because we literally had hunger. I feel like your body, your feminine body in this lifetime, because again, I feel primarily a feminine energy here in this lifetime. I think you really were controlled in terms of what you were able to consume and what you were not able to consume. This could have even led to even more feelings of restriction. So in this lifetime too, you could struggle here with food, you know, or you struggle with either eating too little or too much, not knowing when to stop because of that hunger from that other lifetime, you know, because you felt like you were never able to do what you wanted to do. We have rural living, farming, peasant, and hunter. So again, I don't think that you really did. I feel more city vibe here for you, but you could have made a move, you know, because I am getting a move. You could have grown up as a child in a farmland and then moved to a city, because I do feel metropolitan here. So yes, pile 1, that is what I have. Beautiful. Very, very interesting energy. In our extended, we're going to look at more of these facts, but we're also going to take a look here and see what you can work with in this lifetime to help clear any of that energy. I feel like this could end up with you feeling like frustrated, you know, that you're not able to express yourself. There could have been issues with, you know, getting in trouble for your voice. So some of you could have throat chakra issues in this lifetime, and even issues surrounding eating, right? So we do need to take a look at furthering our knowledge on that lifetime, so we can potentially work with clearing it. But you guys always did have a very good ear and eye for what it is that's right and what it is that's wrong. You really do. I hope you have a great day. We'll talk later. Are you boys being good? Okay. Hello, hello, pile number 2. If you chose this carnelian, then this is your reading. Let me go ahead here and tap in. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, can you please connect me to the energy of the collective that chose pile number 2? Please come forth with messages of truth, clarity, and accuracy for pile 2 so that they can have the best possible reading. As always, we wanted to say a big thank you to you for your support, for your kindness, and for your accuracy. Thank you for everything that you do for us, and please help to protect pile 2 as well. Thank you. Okay. Wow, pile 2, this is strong energy. Getting very, very strong warrior energy already from this stone. Some of you could have worked as soldiers or worked with the army, been fighters, been warriors. I feel a multitude here of different time spans too. So maybe a lot of people chose this stone, but there's definitely a warrior spirit. I also feel for some of you, you might dream about this lifetime now. You know, you might have like weird memories or dreams pop up about this. You were very, very strong. You could have been very physically strong here as well. I do primarily sense masculine energy. Tell me about pile 2, this past life we're going to be exploring. What's going on? What is going on with this past life? For pile 2. The Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman, the Chariot, Nine of Swords in reverse, and we have the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So for many of you, there was intense travel during this lifetime. Okay, you guys could have been sent other places to fight. I feel here like there was a lot of very quick and sudden things that happened to you this lifetime. So there was a lot of chaos surrounding you. You really felt a lack of stability. There was a lack of feeling safe, and you were constantly changing. So I feel like you got to see a lot of places for someone your age, but there was a strong sense of you going out here in order to fight or in order to spread some sort of ideology. So very, very, you were a warrior in this lifetime. Very athletic as well. I do think you guys were very curious about the places of the world you were seeing. There was a strong sense though of missing someone here too. For many of you, you had a very strong romantic connection that you missed. And so this could even lead right now in this lifetime of you feeling like you're not in union with your person, because I think you were forced to go somewhere else. I'm hearing U2 song, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. So I feel many of you might have been killed in war or through some sort of battle here. Who was pile 2, please, in this past life? Oh my gosh, Virgin, you guys. We have light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. I think you guys might have died virgins here, so you could have been quite a bit younger. What's interesting is I do feel for many of you, you had a strong connection with somebody that you wanted, but you were forced to leave or something before you were able to explore this connection. Some of you could still be virgins right now in this lifetime, or I feel like there's a really big sense of not feeling fulfilled. Oops, excuse my puppies. They're kind of wrestling. We have child eternal, light attribute, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see through things with fresh eyes. You guys were quite young in this lifetime too. Like you guys could have been in your late teens to early 20s. I feel like you were really forced to get into this warrior spirit quite young. And this could definitely have affected the way that you feel, the way that you were able to create movement for yourself. There's just an element here of, you know, dying too young or having your childhood taken away from you. Some of you could be in this lifetime very serious children, you know. We have priest, light out, it came up in reverse. So we have light out, facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy in reverse. I feel for many of you too, you weren't really able to have a firm spiritual grounding here. This was definitely a lifetime here of action, you know. I think you guys were really forced to fight. You were forced to do things very quickly. And there's a lot of pain that occurred in this lifetime physically is what I feel here. For many of you, you never got a chance to really wrap your head around spirituality. You were just too busy doing things. We have guide. Light attribute represents the nature of the divine and life in yourself. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Interesting. I do feel you guys were very protected though. Many of you were working with angels even in that lifetime in order to help protect you from feeling not good about yourself. You also could have bonded with somebody that was working with you or within your team here of fighting, because teacher also came out. So I do feel like you did bond with somebody who was kind of took you under their wing. I don't think you got to live long enough in this lifetime to really uncover a lexicon for who it is that you were, and for, you know, what it is you actually felt here regarding spirit. So there's a true sense of feeling a little bit sad or lost or confused within this lifetime. I think you were just a doer, like you were just seen as someone who had to just use their body here. For many of you, you did have a very healthy body until you were killed in this lifetime. We have prosperity, we have self-esteem, we have friendship, and we have blocks, yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have sadness. I feel like this is a case of someone taken too young, if I'm being honest. I think primarily in this lifetime, you were very focused on friendships, on building friendships, because you didn't have a chance to build other connections. I do feel for many of you, you did meet a partner, but I don't think you guys were ever able to consummate that relationship. Do you know what I mean? So some of you could really have a very strong twin flame or a partner here in this lifetime currently, where you feel like you guys were just never able to get off of the ground. I feel like, you know, you might have been really looking forward or fantasizing about having a life of luxury, because I do feel this particular lifetime was difficult. I'm getting a lot of traveling. I feel there was a lot of fights. And again, I feel for many of you, you ended your life quite young. Because of that, there was blocks here too. So there's just a sense of really feeling stuck, like you weren't able to move things forward in the way that you wanted. And you really weren't able to grow enough to have a firm sense of spiritual grounding, which I think also really bothered you. Let's take a look here. Let's get some more of these. Tell me about this lifetime for pile 2, please. Can you tell me about this lifetime for pile 2? Can you tell me about this lifetime for pile 2, please? Who were they? What happened to them? Thanks. Okay. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, shut up. I'm so good. We have military. That's literally exactly what I was picking up. So yeah, I feel like, again, for many of you, you did have a military life, you know, and this can affect us too, right? Like you might have weird ways of routines or habits that sometimes you don't even understand why you're like that. You were in prison, trouble with the law. So you guys could have met, you know, some sort of a very tough, difficult ending in another lifetime by being imprisoned and killed by the enemy. Yeah, we have persecution. So yeah, you were persecuted for something. You could have been captured and then killed. We have presence of dark magic, which is interesting too, because I really feel like in this lifetime, you weren't able to really figure out, you know, your own spiritual center. You really did lack like the clarity of, okay, this is what I need to do spiritually. I think people could have been really working against you. I'm hearing that song Hate Me. I think it's by Ellie Goulding. 16th century. Okay, so for some of you, this was a long time ago. You were classified as insane. There may have been institutionalization or death. I feel restriction here. You know, many of you could have been, you know, jailed or, you know, somehow confined because you were captured by the opposite team. I feel like, you know, because you were so young, they could have perceived you as crazy. You were always a truth seeker. We have spy, investigator, or spiritual seeker, or a government seeker. Again, you could have been really working with your own government in order to help, or your own tribe, in order to help bring some sort of clarity to a different set of circumstances, or a different, you wanted to seek some sort of truth here, or that could have been, you know, your mission. So even in this lifetime, you could find yourselves being truth seekers. But wow, this was really, really a very impactful lifetime. So yes, pile 2. That is what I have. There will be an extended. In that extended, we're going to take a look further at this lifetime. Okay, we're also going to try to see what can you do in this particular lifetime, the current one that you are living in order to help clear some of this energy. You know, I feel like there's trauma here for sure. I think many of you met a very painful, very, very painful death. And I think that some of you could even still be dreaming about this. So it's definitely important for us to clear. But on the blessing side, I guess, many of you guys are really, really strong. You're very strong spiritually. And I feel like this is something that's really beautiful. You have a good head on your shoulders. And you have a warrior spirit. So I think that that could serve you well in this lifetime. I hope you're doing well. Have a wonderful day. We will talk later. Okay. Hello, hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this amethyst crystal, then this is your reading. Let me go ahead here and tap in. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, please connect me to the energy of the collective that chose pile number 3. Please come forth with messages of truth, clarity, and accuracy for pile 3 so that they can have the best possible reading. As always, we wanted to say a big thank you to you for your support, for your kindness, and for your accuracy. Thank you for everything that you do. For us, we really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Help me connect to this lifetime that I'm picking up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so wow, pile number 3. Okay, some of you, I feel like this is a very strong spiritual group. Now, what's interesting is for some of you in this past lifetime that I'm picking up on, you had some sort of a major, some sort of a disability, specifically around your head. So I feel like this could be blindness, deafness, or some of you weren't able to speak. There was some sort of injury here to your voice box. There's something here with speech. Like could have been mute, whatever. So one of those things. Now, what they're showing me is what this ended up doing for you in this lifetime is really opening up an energy here to collect to spirit, or to connect to spirit. So it's really interesting because I feel like whatever the sense that you had that was taken away, I really feel like it ended up making you feel a lot more close to spirit. Tell me about this lifetime, please. Some of you could have been working with extraterrestrials in that lifetime as well. I gotta say it, the Hermit. Yeah, very strong sage energy, monk energy, nun energy, 2 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands in reverse, the 5 of Pentacles. What's on the bottom of the deck? 5 of Wands. Okay, so for many of you in this lifetime, I do feel here like you worked on some sort of religious growth, or you guys could have been seekers or healers, or definitely just looking to grow your energy, grow your vibration here in terms of connecting to spirit. So there was a strong spiritual component. Many of you in this lifetime too, I feel, were celibate. You guys could have really eschewed physicality or physical pleasure in order to get closer and closer to spirit. I feel like you guys could have worked in a group here as well. So for some of you, this was like a nunnery or a monk. There's like people around you who had similar goals. There was a lot of deep, deep, deep spiritual thinking. And I feel like you never let your limitations, physical limitations in this lifetime hold you back. That being said, I think a lot of people thought what you were thinking, what you were picking up on was somehow wrong. And there could have been arguments or fights about this. There could have even been physical altercations. I think you were given a way out of this path. Like someone could have said to you, well, this is getting dangerous. Why don't you just leave? But you were very, very steadfast and you stuck to what it is that you believed in. I think you were very much a seeker in this particular lifetime. And there was you were an old soul even at this particular time. Some of you could have been very connected to spirit. I'm hearing goosebumps. You could have really, really, really been working heavily with spiritual energy in order to help you feel like you were secure. This is powerful. Again, there's issues though, issues around the head specifically. We have child magical. Light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Yeah, you guys were really, really strong, even in this lifetime. Even as children, I think people around you knew that you were going to be different than other people. I really do feel that. I think for many of you, you just knew you were special. You really were a divine seeker from the day you were born in this particular lifetime. Tell me more, please. Who was pile 3 in this lifetime? We have King. Light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. I feel like you guys could have been responsible for other people. You could have been a teacher as well, or you guys could have just been responsible for helping other people learn. You had a very natural sense of divinity with you. You know, I think you just had a natural sense of power, even with your disabilities. So you definitely attracted a lot of attention. I feel it could be 50-50 for masculine and feminine, but primarily I'm connecting to a masculine energy. You could have also been asked to sell out something, sell out an idea, stop focusing so much on something, but you decided not to. You were really strong, very strong of spirit in this lifetime. We have dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So I think you guys were very much busybodies. You could have liked to get involved in doing lots of different things. And again, I feel for many of you, this was like an organization, like a monastery or something. But you could have really enjoyed connecting to the divine through things like art. I feel in this lifetime here too, you could be very much, you could have multiple hobbies even right now. You just like to get involved in lots of different things. And we do also have seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. You guys really, really did work to seek. You were seekers. You wanted more. You wanted to know more. It's interesting. I feel maybe a lot of people chose this pile. I don't know, because I'm picking up lots of different areas. I'm picking up Europe. I'm picking up North America. I'm picking up Mexico here as well. For many of you too, I do feel like you could have been, you know, around the Middle East as well. So different forms of spirituality, different things maybe you believed in, but it doesn't matter because it's a very similar life path to the others who also chose this pile. Tell me more about this lifetime for them. You were very strong. You stood very firm to your beliefs. Boys, stop arguing. We have flattery. Yeah, you guys were not able here to be overly flattered, I feel. I think you weren't swayed by earthly possessions. Do you know what I mean? You really had a very strong sense of, you know, no, I have integrity, and you knew what you were standing up for. You weren't willing to give it up. We have surrender. We have sadness. And we have disruption. I feel like you could have been persecuted for your beliefs, or there's some sort of major ending that happened in your life here because of those beliefs. So for instance, you could have been told to renounce whatever it is that you believe in. You guys decided not to, and you were persecuted. I feel like you weren't easily swayed by earthly things here. So you really did have a very, very strong spiritual center. I think as well, you tapped into the beauty of life, but also the pain. So you guys could have been very strong empaths in this lifetime. Very, very difficult for you to disengage from what it is you were feeling in that lifetime to what it is that you're feeling even right now. Like, I think you guys could just be naturally empathetic. And I feel like your steadfast, commitment to what you believe in could have really ended up hurting you. Let's get some more. Tell me more about this lifetime. Time for call 3. Some of you could have been really into nature as well. I'm seeing a lot of mountains. I see lots of solitude, but like you liked to be in nature. So this could be something you might want to work with as well in this lifetime, really tapping into nature. Okay. Wild, Wild West. So some of you could have been in America. This could have been around the cowboy time. Perhaps you were seeing the lawlessness of the West and really feeling very, very, committed to what you believed in. This could have gotten you killed. You were always an intellectual and may have worked to teach or mentor others. I was getting that with the King card. I feel even if you guys didn't officially teach, you guys really did have that sense of teaching, that sense of disseminating information. Lots of people like to be around you. I'm hearing House of the Rising Sun by the Annals, I think it is. So some of you could have been very pivotal in New York. You always liked adventure. I feel like you guys really do. You're very curious in this lifetime. You were very curious, and you saw, it's really beautiful because I feel like whatever you saw around you, you saw it through like God's eyes almost. So you were very, very spiritually advanced. You were a bully. You tormented or scapegoated lots of people. I don't think that this is true. This could have been true when you were younger. I feel like you might have had a temper when you were a child, but I really feel like you devoted a lot of your life to spirit. And because of that, you really did nurture and grow spiritually. You guys could have been mercilessly bullied though as well, right? Because I was picking up a disability. We have galactic. So again, some of you are really working with galactic energy, aliens here. We have 19th century. So for some of you, this could have been around 19th century. Again, for this particular group, I feel like many of you might have chose this because I'm getting lots of different geographical locations. We had you had a lot of interaction with ET, and we did literally have galactic here. So whether you guys were able to put that together in this life, I do feel a lot of strength. You really were connected to spiritual, to a lot of spiritual entities. We have childhood trauma, kidnapped, abused, abandoned, or an orphan. I do feel whatever this disability is, it could have happened in childhood. I really feel like you were different from your family, and you kind of knew that coming into this, but your family, I don't think they abused you. I feel a lot of love actually, but you might have been taken into these like institutions at a very young age. Like you could have decided to join the priesthood or join the nunnery or become a monk at a very young age here. So there is some sort of like interception of your childhood. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yes, pile 3, that is what I have for you. I hope that you're doing well. Again, I am going to do an extended. If this interested you, I would highly suggest looking at that because we're going to look at what you can do to clear as well as get more details about this life. I'm sending you the biggest hug. Sorry about my puppies. Bye-bye.